Welcome to today's Catholic Daily Readings from Christus Dominus Bread of Life. A reading from the second book of Maccabees. It happened also that 7 brothers with their mother were arrested and compelled by the king to eat the forbidden swine's flesh, being tormented with whips and cords. Most admirable and worthy of everlasting remembrance was the mother, who saw her 7 sons perishing in a single day, yet bore it courageously because of her hope in the Lord. Filled with a noble spirit, she exhorted each of them in the language of their ancestors and said to them, "I do not know how you came into being in my womb. It was not I who gave you breath and life, nor I who set in order the elements of which each of you is composed. Therefore, since it is the Creator of the universe who shapes each person's beginning and brings about the origin of all things, He, in His mercy, will give you back again both breath and life, because you now disregard yourselves for the sake of His laws." Antiochus thought she was mocking him and suspected an insult. When the youngest was still alive, he not only exhorted him with words but even assured him with oaths that he would make him rich and enviable, and if he would abandon the customs of his ancestors, he would have him as a friend and entrust him with high office. Since the young man paid no attention to him, the king called the mother and urged her to counsel the boy to save himself. After much urging, she agreed to persuade her son. But leaning close to him, she spoke in their native language as follows, deriding the cruel tyrant. "My son, have pity on me, who carried you 9 months in my womb and nursed you for 3 years, raised you and brought you up to this age and took care of you. I beg you, my child, to look at the heaven and the earth and see all that is in them, and recognize that God did not make them out of things that existed. Thus also humankind comes into being. Do not fear this executioner, but be worthy of your brothers. Accept death, so that in the time of mercy I may receive you again with your brothers." While she was still speaking, the young man said, "What are you waiting for? I will not obey the king's command. I obey the command of the law given to our ancestors through Moses. But you who have contrived every kind of evil against the Hebrews will not escape the hands of God."
Lord, when your glory appears, my joy will be full. Lord, when your glory appears, my joy will be full. Hear, O Lord, this just cry. Attend to my outcry in the night. Let my plea rise from lips without deceit, for many stand against me. Many say there is no salvation left in God for me. But you, O Lord, are my shield, the one who lifts my head from dust. You hear me from your holy mountain. You answer when I call. Lord, when your glory appears, my joy will be full. Lord, when your glory appears, my joy will be full. My steps have held fast to your paths, my feet have not faltered. I cry to you, for you will answer. Incline your ear and hear my word. When darkness swallows the horizon, your name becomes my light. Keep me as the apple of your eye. Hide me in the shadow of your wings. When enemies me, surround me like dust on the wind. Let your presence be my refuge. Against me, myriads on every side, yet I lie down and sleep and I awake again, for the Lord sustains me. Not fear, not death, not countless foes can sever me from your hand. Let your face break through the shadows, let your justice shatter the night. I long to behold your glory, I long to wake in your presence. Lord, when your glory appears, my joy will be full. Lord, when your glory appears, my joy will be full. On waking I shall behold your face, content forever in your presence. Lord, when your glory appears, my joy will be full.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. As they were listening to these things, continuing on, he spoke a parable because he was near Jerusalem and because they were thinking that the kingdom of God might be manifested immediately. Therefore he said, a certain nobleman went into a distant region to receive for himself a kingdom and to return. And calling his 10 servants, he gave them 10 pounds, and he said to them, do business until I return. But his citizens hated him, and they sent a delegation after him, saying, we do not want this one to reign over us. And it happened that he returned, having received the kingdom. And he ordered the servants, to whom he had given the money, to be called to him, so that he would know how much each one had earned by doing business. Then the first approached, saying, Lord, your 1 pound has earned 10 pounds. And he said to him, well done, good servant. Since you have been faithful in a small matter, you will have authority over 10 cities. And the second came, saying, Lord, your 1 pound has earned 5 pounds. And he said to him, and you shall be over 5 cities. And another approached, saying, Lord, behold your 1 pound, which I kept stored away in a cloth. For I feared you, because you are an exacting man. You take up what you did not lay down, and you reap what you did not sow. He said to him, by your own mouth I judge you, wicked servant. You knew that I am an exacting man, taking up what I did not lay down, and reaping what I did not sow. Then why did you not give my money to the bank, so that, upon my return, I might have withdrawn it with interest? And he said to the bystanders, take the pound from him, and give it to him who has 10 pounds. And they said to him, Lord, he has 10 pounds. For I say to you that to everyone who has, more shall be given, but from him who does not have, even what he has shall be taken away. Yet truly, as for those enemies of mine, who did not want me to reign over them, bring them here and put them to death before me. And having said these things, he went ahead, ascending to Jerusalem. Join us for today's reflection. You're hiding what God gave you, not because you don't have anything, because you're afraid of what happens if you use it. That's the third servant's problem. He had the same coin as everyone else, same opportunity, same command to engage it, but he wrapped it in a handkerchief and did nothing. When the master returned, his excuse was, I was afraid of you because you are a demanding person. Fear made him useless. He thought he was being careful, responsible, safe. He wasn't losing anything, but that's exactly what he lost, everything, because the master said from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away. You have something, a gift, a talent, resources, opportunity, influence, time, something God gave you with the command to engage it, but you're protecting it instead of risking it. You're afraid of failing, afraid of criticism, afraid of losing what you have, so you do nothing. And you think that's wisdom. It's not wisdom. It's the fear that leads to judgment. The servant who earned 10 got 10 cities. The servant who earned 5 got 5 cities. The servant who earned nothing lost what he had. The difference wasn't talent. It was whether fear made them engage or paralyzed them. A mother watched 7 sons tortured to death, one after another, each refusing to compromise, each dying rather than violating God's law. When they brought her youngest son forward, the king tried to use her to convince him to save himself. She leaned over and said, "Do not be afraid of this executioner. Accept death so that in the time of mercy I may receive you again with your brothers." She encouraged her son to die, not because she didn't love him, because she loved eternity more than the moment. She understood that temporary life isn't worth eternal compromise. The Creator who gave breath will give it back. Faithfulness matters more than survival. That's the opposite of the third servant. He protected what he had because he was afraid of losing it. She gave up what she had because she was afraid of compromising. He feared a demanding master. She feared dishonoring God. He hid his coin. She encouraged death. He lost everything. She gained everything. You're making the same choice right now. You have something God gave you. You know you're supposed to use it, engage it, risk it for his kingdom. But you're afraid. What if it doesn't work? What if people criticize? What if you lose what you have? What if God really is demanding? So you hide it, you protect it, you keep it safe, and you call that stewardship, but it's not stewardship. It's fear disguised as wisdom. Real stewardship risks what you have to multiply it. Real stewardship understands that losing everything for God is gain. Real stewardship knows the master returns and asks what you did, not what you preserved. The mother told her sons, "The Creator will give you back both breath and life since you now disregard yourselves for the sake of his law." Disregard yourselves. That's the command. Not protect yourselves, not preserve yourselves. Disregard yourselves for his law, because what you gain by protecting yourself is nothing compared to what you lose. The first servant risked 1 coin and gained 10 cities. The mother risked 7 sons and gained them back in eternity. The third servant risked nothing and lost the 1 coin he protected. You can't play it safe and expect reward. You can't hide what you're given and avoid judgment. You can't fear the master and claim you're being faithful. My steps have kept to your paths. My feet have not faltered. That's what comes before asking God to protect you. You keep his paths first. You don't falter first. Then you ask him to hide you in the shadow of his wings. You don't ask for protection while refusing faithfulness. The mother's faithfulness cost her 7 sons. The first servant's faithfulness earned 10 cities. The third servant's fear cost him everything. Your fear is costing you more than you know. That gift you're hiding, that opportunity you're protecting, that risk you're avoiding, it's not getting safer the longer you wait. It's getting closer to being taken away. To everyone who has, more will be given. But from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away. Having isn't about the amount. It's about the engagement. The first 2 servants had the same coin as the third, but they also had courage to use it. The third had a coin, but he didn't really have anything because fear kept him from engaging. What are you hiding? What gift are you protecting? What opportunity are you avoiding? What risk are you refusing because you're afraid of a demanding master? Use it, risk it, engage it, because the master is returning, and he won't ask what you were given. He'll ask what you did with it. The mother gave up 7 sons and got authority to receive them back in eternity. The faithful servants risked coins and got cities. You're wrapping yours in a handkerchief and wondering why nothing's happening. Stop protecting what you have. Start multiplying what you're given, because fear that makes you hide leads to loss. Fear that makes you faithful leads to reward. Choose which one you want before the master returns and finds you still holding a wrapped coin you never engaged.